Thank you for staying with us. You're welcome back to the Weekend Show. This is the last segment of the AM Weekend Show, and the very, very interesting one. I was going to say away from Nigeria's problem, but unfortunately, we're still going to have a discussion that has to do with Nigeria's problem. So this is social media trends, and we have just deep dived into the world of social media to find out the hottest
hottest of them all.
The hottest stories making rounds on the internet. And this one is from our own Edochie. I feel somehow about analyzing this matter because this is someone I respect so much. But we're all going to watch the video together. It's a libation video, a cutout from our libation video. He was talking about the culture, talking about Igbo culture, and he mentioned a lot how the whites have influenced Nigerians and how things like proposing to your fiancé, your wife to be, whether it is okay for men to go on their knees to propose or to just, propose the way that the culture permits. Let's just have that video and watch.
I said it before. I want to be seen as somebody using the medium of television to embark on a retaliatory civilizing mission to the land of the white man. We can teach the white man how to get married and keep their marriage. They don't appreciate the sacrosanctity of marriage. The white man does not know. You are traveling from here to Abakaliki. You engage a girl in MNA. You marry that girl at maybe somewhere within area where you at Nkalago or something. Before you get to Abakaliki, you are divorced. It doesn't mean anything to them. It's nonsensical as far as they are concerned. For us.
We're going into a different territory. But it's important. No, it's important. It's connected to the whole subject.
I'm explaining. We don't have any need to kneel down and offer a ring to a woman. Number one, if you genuflect before anybody, you are acknowledging the superiority of that person.
Yeah.
If you go into the church and you kneel down, you have moved into an arena. There is a superior entity, superior spiritual entity you are making obeisance to, you are bowing to. In life, you kneel before a woman, you are acknowledging her superiority. And it has destroyed the white people, and they don't know it. This is why today, if you disagree with your woman in England, in America, you are kicked out of the house. The woman stays there. She is still your responsibility. Emeka, she is still your responsibility. But you have been kicked out of the house, right? They don't give a damn. You have been projected into vagrancy. How you survive does not concern them, right? That is not an enviable way of life. Therefore, we will not bow to a woman and then she turns around and answers your name. It's paradoxical. It doesn't make sense. If she accepts that you are the head of the family, you don't have to kneel before her and offer her a ring. It does not make sense. That's what I'm trying to make.
I get it. But some will argue that it doesn't make sense. It's just what I help with that. Just a thing.
Onward. No, onward. Onward. The moment you kneel down before a woman, and you see, genuflecting to do something has a significance. What does it symbolize? Acknowledgement of superiority. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. If, for example, you happen to be a very tall person, but you are going to give an award to somebody. The person is kneeling down, looking up to you and accepting the award. What it means, Bona, Onya Nenya Eva Kalilia, Chupunyalumaka Kandiko, it's simple.
I agree with you. I agree. I mean, even in modern pop culture, modern literature, you see it in, what's that Game of Thrones? Bow, kneel, or whether this thing is like bend the knee, you know, so to speak. And it's of significance because when you bend the knee, there's no physical coercion, but you are accepting that you are beneath or below, or this person is superior. I think.
Okay, so Edochie, that was a heavy one.
Yeah.
So when I watched the full video, he addressed a number of issues, which I quite agree with. He talked about how the influence of, the whites on Nigerians, on Africa entirely, and I totally agree. He talked about how there's the sanctity of marriage that is not being honored by a lot of Western folks, a lot of white people, and divorce is becoming rampant. How, and how it's a problem. And he's saying that we can influence them with regards to marriage. But now, I think the one that now became a bit of an issue or a bit of a controversy, especially on social media, is the talk about proposal, whether a man should kneel down or not kneel down. So I'd like you to open the floor on that. What's your take on it, having listened to him?
First of all, everybody, it's your opinion. So once your opinion is completely yours and it's right, and nobody is disputing, I'm not disputing your opinion. But what I am saying is that, first of all, if we are going to do culture, first of all, proposing is not an Igbo culture. A man proposing to a woman is not an Igbo culture. So if you want to learn from, if you're taking that part, which is proposing, is a Western culture where you see a man meet a woman and say, I want to marry you, will you marry me? It's not thing. I've never heard it right from the beginning, the olden days. It's not a thing.
Which one was the culture at the time?
Most of the times it was a situation where parents arrange marriage, or even if you find the woman you want to marry, it's not the ceremony of there's a betrothed, you betroth to the person. There's a place of unkuchi, they call it unkuchi, when your elder brother maybe died somehow, you now take over the wife. So the ceremony of proposal is not the Igbo culture, you understand? So since we've adapted it exactly the way it is. The West do what? They kneel down with one leg to propose. And I don't understand where if you kneel with one leg, that does not mean that you gave the person. For me, life is not that deep. It's not that deep. But I understand him as an elder who have seen things, life and all those things. It's okay. What I'm saying is that if you're going to adapt that culture, that structure of proposing, making it a ceremony where you do decoration, will you marry me? Please, fulfill it, complete it. If you've started it, complete it. Don't come to one point and wear your red cap, chief, and tell me you are a man.
I mean, when we've been doing the Western thing all the while, and
don't cut it short, please. If you are going to fulfill it, complete it to the end. Kneel with one leg. You're not giving anybody your rights. You're not giving your supremacy to anybody. It belongs to you. Nobody's taking it from you, please.
Edochie, this is such a powerful angle that you came from. Honestly, I didn't even think about it. I didn't think about the cultural. I mean, I have my reservations, but I didn't think about this. And I love that you brought this into perspective because really, if we're checking, the idea of proposition was never our thing to start with. So if we're going to, I really, and I think yours is a very balanced angle. Mine may be considered biased. Mine may be considered my personal opinion.
Well, let's hear yours.
And I'm glad, it's unfortunate Eliezer is not here. And
I don't think Eliezer will have a problem with that.
No, we'd like to hear. You'll be shocked, bro.
Yeah, true.
So, but mine is, I had a problem with the reason he gave. He said that if you kneel down, I'm paraphrasing now, if you kneel down before anybody, you're acknowledging them to be somewhat superior. So if the lady is meant to adopt your surname and, submit to you as culture demands, and even our Christian faith demands, if a lady is meant to take the position of the submitted one to you, then going on your knees for her it's almost like, it's contradictory because she is supposed to submit to you and then you're going on your knees, you're acknowledging her as superior. And my argument to that is this. She's meant to submit to you in marriage. Marriage, Ebidobe. We have not started. Because the truth is, You saw the lady, you decided you like the lady, you decided this person is who you want. Until that marriage, I don't owe you submission. Until the marriage happens, I don't owe you. I'm not seeing you as superior over me yet.
Even in marriage, it shouldn't be a place of seeing as superior.
No, I know I'm using, don't worry, forget my terms. We're trying to talk about how that ladies have to submit, how the man is the head of the home. We will not get into that. It's going to take a lot of time. But I'm saying that before the marriage happens, you are somebody that needs help. And I'm not saying this in a condescending manner. If we're going by the Bible, I'm a Christian, so that will be my reference. The woman was referred to as the helpmate to the man. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. And, you know, and it was when after God created Adam, he looked at him and said, it is not good for a man to be alone. So you grow up and you become a full-grown man and you get to that point where you feel it is not good for you to be alone. And then you start looking for someone to get married to. Now me go beg you. Did you get me? And I'm not saying beg as per the idea of you have to beg. The person is not willing, but you will beg. But I believe that that's some sort of a symbol of honor, a symbol of, you know, acknowledging that this person is bringing a value into your life. You know, it's very, I hear when ladies talk about it and sometimes people try to put them down as being petty. But really now, if we look at, that's like the only thing, that's one of the few things you're going to do for me that would really show me you value me. Not every man would pursue you in marriage. Not every man would woo you, continue to woo you and date you properly in marriage. So that whole proposal period, that whole dating period is the period you have to at least feel like something. Once you enter that marriage, you are submitting. You will cook food. You will kneel down and serve the man. You will do all sorts of things. Let's not talk about the abuse that women are subjected to. Let's not talk about the unnecessary maltreatment. The whole don't walk, sit down there, don't do this, don't do that. Proposal, you still don't want to beg me. You still don't want to. I mean, it's and Mr. was saying something. He said that it's nothing.
Some people will say it. Like I said, life is not that deep. You understand? For me, I don't think it's that deep. It does not take away your supremacy. At the end of the day, you're still the head of the family. You understand? And okay, I mean, if you say about submitting, there's something this is my personal opinion. It is my personal opinion that in marriage, both of us have to submit to each other for that marriage to work. You understand? But you know, the emphasis is always on the woman should submit. If the woman submits to a man that is not willing, you will not hear me out. If there is something going on and I talk to you about it, and your opinion is final, your verdict is final, you're not even going to hear me out and maybe find one or two from what I'm saying. I think
there's a misunderstanding to that whole term.
So every time when the way they make submission, they make it like, bam, your Lord, my Majesty. May I use the door? May I? If I don't use the door, okay. Don't this. It's not like that. It's not supposed to be like that. It's two people. It's a partnership thing, if you ask me. So the submission is not supposed to be for one person. Yes, the woman should submit, but the man also should give in. So, okay, if you're going to do the traditional submission, at least that's the only place you're giving us supremacy.
Honestly, I'm trying to avoid the submission conversation.
If you ask me. Or if you don't like it, find out that creative way to propose and leave kneeling down and leave the whole decoration. I mean, I'm for everybody. I'm for everybody. Okay. So find more other creative way that suits you. But please don't go ahead and say, okay, because the one, I'm saying my own is that particular, I've seen videos of where someone will wear the red cap thing, do the whole decoration thing. The lady will move to the front, you're standing, and you propose to that person standing too. Both of you will stand and collect rings. Sometimes I even see the woman kneel down to collect the ring. Please don't do that drama. It's not necessary.
Let's go traditional.
Buy the ring, keep it. When she wakes up, she'll stun. And see to wear it, please. Peace. I like peace so much.
Such a powerful input. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not. If anybody finds my opinion biased, that's okay. But your own, I find it odd disputed, to be honest. But now, still looking at what he said, I'm just trying to have a critical analysis. He made a picture of going before God in prayer, and then you kneel down. He painted a lot of pictures of how kneeling down makes one more superior. Yeah. What does that make sense to you?
That's what I'm saying. It does not make sense to me. It's totally, it's just, these are different scenarios. You understand? Some people find it difficult to say, please, I need something, or I'm sorry. I don't find it difficult. Whenever I say sorry, I'm genuine about it. And I don't find it troublesome to say, please, forgive me. You understand? It solves the problem and we move on. But some people find it difficult. Why will I say forgive me? Why will I say sorry? You know, all those things.
So likewise, kneeling down.
Kneeling down is not a problem. That I kneel down before you to ask you for something and go back to my God and kneel down. It's totally different thing. My kneeling down to God is a different story together. Me kneeling down to you is since it's going to solve the problem, please, Shay is kneeling down to solve the problem. I will kneel down and solve the problem and go where I want to go. That's how much I value peace, you understand? So all this whole thing, I feel it's a rigid structure that, you know, our culture has given to men, that this is who they are. Anything that makes them shift from that angle or that place they have always been will make them maybe smaller or maybe reduce who they are. So that ego, that pride has been in them for a long time. It takes somebody to intentionally learn, unlearn, you know, to be able to adjust from that frame. But that frame of this is who you are as a man, don't go down from here. If you shift from here, you are no longer a man. And that's why we continue to see, you know, toxic masculinity on social media and all those things. But if you come to understand yourself, understand who you are, and know what works for you and what does not work for you, these things wouldn't be a problem. It would definitely not be a problem.
In as much as I love, I appreciate the angle he's coming from. He's looking at it from a very cultural perspective. Yeah. And I understand it. I also understand the fact that even men have been made small in certain ways. Yes, there are situations where men have been made very, very, very small. But I think that some of the statements need balancing. Like the idea of saying that when you kneel down before somebody means you're acknowledging superiority. It means if I offend you, I should not kneel down to beg you. You know, there are gravity of offenses. There are gravity of offenses. I've knelt down to apologize before. I've knelt down to beg for favors before. So in those scenarios now, I'm not necessarily saying that person is superior. So I'm saying that that statement is not so balanced.
But you know, when you kneel down with this thing you've painted, when you kneel down to ask for favor or ask for forgiveness, you're already acknowledging that that person is superior to you at that particular time.
There's a reason. If you heard me, I laid emphasis on the gravity of what I feel inside. There's a way I will offend you now. It's not about you being superior. It's about what I've done wrong. So it's an act of humility. So you see my remorse. It does not mean I'm seeing you as a god.
You understand? So both of us are on the
We're saying the same thing, actually.
Because me, I don't really see that as a big deal.
We're saying the same thing.
Life is hard enough already. All this struggle, who is this, who is that, it's not saving us, it's not going to.
But let's take a look at the comments. Let's take a look at the comments. The first one we have here is from Crypto Chief. He says, man is always full of wisdom.
Bam.
It's quite unfortunate we didn't have a lot of comments from ladies, but let's move on. Okay, this is from Jessica. It says, for a man, for a man that most of his kids are not staying with their wives, let's keep fooling ourselves, Sha. Do you think Nigerians are doing good by bringing this angle into this conversation?
But that's what it says now. You cannot take it away. You understand? These are his offspring. So if that's laid down structure, cultural, whatever, it's expected that he imbibe those things in them. You understand? So if he fails to, in as much as when a person grows, they have their life to do whatever they want to do. But it does not stop that these are your children. And they are the same lineage. They always look back. But that's why we also refer to our forefathers.
I also hope that Nigerians learn not to attach certain things. Like if a person is saying the right thing, sometimes take the message, leave
the whole story.
Sometimes.
But that's why people are people, you know.
All right, moving on. This is from Ponderer. He says, the white problem starts from the law favoring women. Once that changes, marriage will start lasting. This begs the question. People are saying that...
Law favoring women.
Exactly. With what Pete said on that video, people are saying that it's because of the hand that men are giving women that is making laws to, that has led to laws favoring women.
Exactly?
And I think that is wrong because the laws favoring women actually came from women being marginalized, women being put down. And that's why we're saying, but don't you think?
I want to understand, when things like this, when people say things like this, it just gets to me. Law of favoring women as how? How are you favoring women?
And they forget that women have been long maltreated.
What do you mean by favoring women? That a woman is told to stand up for herself when she's being abused. Is that favoring women? Also, she should stay in that abuse and not say anything. What is the hand that you're giving women? Oh, they are now objects that they are subjected to some sort of, character that you do whatever you want to do. The hand you give women. How? What's the hand exactly that you're giving women? So I don't really understand that kind of conversations where I hear the women are being favoring women, the hand you give. Oh, as a man, what do you want to do? To beat her, to, tell her, I don't want you to continue with this part of your life. Don't do this, don't do that. Is that what it means? Is that the hand you're giving them? So when a man now understands that my wife and I have to have this conversation and see how it's going to work for us, then you're giving the woman hand.
Honestly, I think it's unfortunate. It seems like this gender war may not end anytime soon.
It's not ending anytime soon.
But moving on, this is a comment from Fix Yourself. He says, respectfully, charity begins at home. Go and teach your son how to get married and keep his marriage. Leave the white man alone. And the final comment, okay, we have one here that says, we're just like a student who didn't study for exam. On the exam day, we copy anything and everything we can find just to pass. The final comment says, that's our case today. We copy everything and dispose our original culture. I stand with Pete Edochie. I will never kneel to propose. I am a bush man.
Do whatever works for you.
I mean, whatever works for you.
That's what I said earlier.
Okay, since we have like 3 more minutes to the end of the show, we'll just take this other story. This one is talking about the Nigerian police. I was saying it's unfortunate we still have to talk about Nigeria's issue. But this is a tweet from Kat. She says, you want to know how useless the Nigerian police is? Well, I'm just now leaving the station at almost 2 a.m. in the morning, where we used 500K to bail an 11-year-old girl who was arrested in a keke she entered while coming back from lesson with some boys that carried drugs. Her mom, a widow, had almost lost her mind in panic looking for her only child. They arrested this girl along with the boys and keke man, kept her in custody since 4 p.m. and didn't even bother trying to contact her parents. We went to drop a statement in the station and found them there. Wow. The next one here says, the following comment says, sorry about that, which state and police station? And she said, Warri, Delta State, Epan Police Station. And then I think the Delta State Police Command now reached out saying, kindly let her know that the Commissioner of Police, Delta, has zero tolerance for inhuman treatment. We are very interested in this. Kindly reach out to us via DM or, and the number was stated there. And I just want you to, what's your first reaction to this?
It's tiring.
11-year-old.
First of all, it's tiring that you arrest someone, 11-year-old, who is not recognized by the country as an adult. And you do not think that the first thing to do is ask for the contact of her parents and contact her parents. Even if you're going to detain her, at least let the owners of this child
How do you detain an 11-year-old?
Let's just say...
This is where Barrister Chidi should come in and explain how an 11-year-old...
Let's just say there are other investigations you want to do. Me, I like to see from everybody's angle. You understand? Let me consider them and say that they want to do investigations. They are doing investigations. Therefore, they're going to keep the girl. But why are you not contacting her parents? Why will you keep the child that the mom is already panicking, looking for her, that they went to, give a report or put a statement and then find her there? So if they do not go, maybe they went to another station, what would have happened? The child is
and then 500K bail.
And then 500K bail for a child, obviously that she's not involved in carrying drug or whatever. I don't know where we are going, as a country.
She was coming back from school with the people that they saw with drug. They didn't say she had the drug.
It's just that it's very obvious that she's coming from lesson. You see her with her notebooks. You ask her questions and you see how she's answering. And maybe the people with drugs also said they don't know her. So why are you keeping her?
Honestly, it's quite sad. We've run out of time. We'll just take a look at the comments. The first comment we have here is from Emanuela. It says, Nigerian police is one of the major problems we have in this country. God help us. The next one here says, the power of the internet. This is very good. All the officers in charge should be fired. The next one here says, active online but fail to educate their officers. How long do we have to bring matters to the internet before morale is upheld by your men? The next comment here says, anytime I see them on the road, my mood just changes instantly.
Very annoying.
The next one here says, 11-year-old and they did not call the parents. Omo, thank God she got help. I don't trust those people at all. The next one says she's still a minor for crying out loud. And the final comment I'll just take says, 11-year-old, she's not even a teen yet. This country really tired me. A child that doesn't know what drug looks like. And this is where we're wrapping up the show. Thank you, viewer, for joining us for this 2-hour, 30 minutes broadcast. It's been an amazing one. It's always a pleasure to be in your faces. And I just want to say, take care of yourself. Continue to take care of yourself. Work hard if you have to work hard. Avoid trouble if you have to avoid trouble. Because, I mean, we've seen that it's unfortunate we're ending the show on this note. I'm trying to brighten up the atmosphere a little bit. Okochukwu, nice doing this with you. Thank you.
We'll do it once again next week.
Join us next week. Join us every weekend here on Afia TV, DSTV 254, Go TV 17, and Free TV 748. My name is Divine Onwaha.
And my name is Ogochukwu Osai. Enjoy your weekend.